Thank you for clicking on the button that makes you come here joining me in this video. I'm feeling a bit tense, and I just want to take a moment to breathe, to give us a chance to connect with the special qualities of this very moment, this very unique moment. I hope you will feel free. I hope you feel free to watch and to listen to what I'm this video that I'm creating right here, right now, in this moment that I'm making it. And if you're watching it, it's done in replay. If you're joining in live, welcome anyway. I'm up against a sense of shame, a fear of being too much, fear of being like invasive and imposing my presence and my request for attention to you. I want you to know that I'm choosing to make this video, and I know that nobody has to watch it, listen to it. You can watch and listen if you want to. I'm sure you know that, but I guess I want to make it clear that I have a joy doing it in itself, and so my proposition is to explore the theme of regeneration, whether we are with family or not today on this Sunday. I want to be telling a few words about the context within which I'm doing those videos. I've been doing videos for 294 days in French and for 194 days in English, and the idea is to do it for a year, each series. And the idea is to show up as a human being the best I can every day, no matter what happens, every single day of my life. Welcome to you in a direct in a video live. My intention is to show up as a human being no matter what every day, to kind of create a window, opening a window to the world, to say, to preach by my example that it's possible to listen to ourselves, to each other, and to welcome ourselves and each other unconditionally, wherever we are. So I'm glad to talk about the idea of regeneration and family, and honoring the fact that we are where we are, each one of us. And so no matter where we are right here, right now, in this moment, I'm in the field with my dog, Shaya, finishing coughing, just seeing butterflies, having reflections of sun in the grass that I find quite beautiful. And I'd like to explore, give a chance to explore what is it we appreciate in this very moment, wherever we are. Could be just a moment of silence, listening to the tree, the bird, connecting, you and I. I invited 22 people to join. So if you're one of those people I invited, there's something I forgot I wanted to invite, which is Alaric. Maybe I'll add his name later. But I definitely didn't went through all my contacts, because there's more than 2,000 of them. So I was just kind of randomly scrolling, and when I was a name that I felt like I really wanted you to be here sharing this moment with me, I clicked your name, and so Ian, just going to see. I'm low in battery. Just gonna check if I can. Okay, I have 20% left, so it might work even if it doesn't charge. So I continue this way for a moment. Yeah, I was talking about feeling nervous of inviting a specific person. It's on a topic of something I shared in the last few days, which is sometimes we have beliefs, and I can speak about my experience. Sometimes I had associated some kind of shame and guilt about the simple idea of desiring something. And I also identified sometimes fear, intense fear, or even sometimes panic with the idea of getting what I want or not getting what I want. And so sometimes the idea of asking what I want has been, and I think I'm not the only one, I speak for many of us, it's been very tough to really give ourselves permission to really be clear about what is it we want and ask for what we want, and also allowing to receive what is it we want. In the last couple of days, I asked money. I received money from the community. I received more than 400 euros in less than 24 hours, and it was very interesting to see that I got shocked emotionally at some point to realize that someone specifically had given me 300 euros. Um, um, it really revealed how much I want to receive money, how much I realized that my life could be way more easier if I give myself permission to ask for what I want and engage in conversations where I negotiate. I negotiate in a sense of really finding ways that works for everyone to co-create what is it we want to co-create. That's something that I've been, having a hard time to give myself permission to, because I thought for a long time that I was not enough, not good enough, not smart enough, not um, skilled enough. I sometimes was in the idea that who I was fixed rather than evolving. And I'm glad that I'm more aware that our minds are plastics, are plastic in the sense that we can evolve, and if we have a specific skill capacity in one domain, this capacity can evolve and grow. So I am wanting to grow in my ability to ask for what I want, to get clear about what I want, and to allowing and give permission to receive what is it I want to be receiving. So I hope I can contribute to all of us to go even further in our ability to be clear about what we want and allowing what's desired in our lives. I'm taking a moment to kind of check if I'm really saying what I mean, or if I'm just kind of automatically speaking about something that I find pretty and nice to say, to make sure I'm, accepted. And that's another thing, which is I really want to contribute by this project of doing a video every day to really support a culture of listening, a culture that really supports strengthening our ability to welcome ourselves and each other unconditionally, and really being able to, there probably is some things we don't want to accept, but what I mean by unconditionally is to never give up on our humanity. Whatever we do, whoever we are, whatever we've done or did or said, I want to contribute to the possibility of really supporting dialogue to happen and really connecting to the humanity of everybody involved in the planet, everybody involved without exception. That's what I'm interested in. That's what I want to support. And so I need support myself to continue this work. I would love to receive money. If you have the desire and the possibility to give money, I welcome that. If you want to give support in any form, and you're welcome. I'm also aware that sometimes I received some critics from what I do, and even if this is not what I'm calling, you know, I'm not requesting more criticism or attacks, but when I say that, I think I'm not honoring the fact that some people bring something that are a bit different from what I think I'm trying to say, and sometimes the feedback sometimes has been harder for me to integrate, to receive than others. And so I just want to accept that we are different. We have some commonalities and we have some differences, and I really look for supporting the possibility, the strengths, to strengthen our ability to integrate and to honor the differences we have within ourselves. Sometimes we do things we don't really understand at first, and sometimes it takes time to really understand why we chose to do this or that. But also understanding and integrating the differences that someone else can bring, that you can bring, that I can bring in a conversation, whatever it is, or a situation. And to be able to do that, I also need support. I need to be listened to myself regularly. I need to engage with people with whom I trust the connection, and I know that being in the connection with those people, I'm gonna feel. It's very likely that I will find ways to connect, to understand each other, and to get out of the conversation feeling more empowered, more inspired, or even more clear about what is it I want to do next. To say yes to what's desired, moment by moment. Not sure I have much more to say. If you're interested in giving money, you can let me know. I can give you my PayPal account or bank details. If you're willing to engage with me, you can write a comment. If you want to have a talk, you know, voice to voice or face to face, you can also let me know. I am willing to take time to see what would support regeneration for you, the sense of belonging, the sense of connection, the sense of love that you may already have, but maybe there's some challenges that you experience that you would like some kind of company to look at more deeply, and really just, if you think that that you would benefit from spending, you know, receiving my company, please let me know. I'd love to offer that. I don't plan to charge for giving my company. What I'm willing to do is to ask for people to give as I'm willing to give myself, out of joy, out of desire to give, and out of the possibility to give. So I want all of us to respect our boundaries and take care of our own integrity, to support the sustainability of life the best way we can. Wanting to do a few more seconds of silence, and I'm considering pausing this video, stopping this video for today. So I'm just checking there's something else that needs to be said or felt. Yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about family, and I didn't say much about it, so I'm just going to take a moment to talk about family. What is family for you? What comes up to your mind? What is family for me? What comes up to my mind? I am aware that some of us have really like very loving and nourishing and amazing families, and some of us have families where there is more ambivalent, you know, dynamics, relation dynamics that are sometimes very challenging and sometimes even deadly. So yeah, and before being deadly, there's some dynamics that are very traumatic. So what may come up in our mind and in emotions about the word family may be very different from one person to another. And so what I want to say and do right here, right now, is to acknowledge that we are all different. We're all different experiences, but we have a humanity in common. And there's some person we want to be very far away from because we have absolutely no trust that a healthy dynamic can be built up and nourished. So sometimes we choose to move away from some other people, including our own families, our biological family. And I think the good news and the news that I like, the idea that I like, is that we can choose who we want to be our family. I hope you may feel that I am part of your family and I am part of yours. If you want to, and in a sense that I really want to work together, to feel like we are allied in greeting ourselves and each other, really supporting ourselves and each other to really thrive, to really flourish, to really share the love we have and that we are with the collective, with the humanity. And I hope we can contribute to love humanity as it is, and also engage in what we see is possible to really nourish what we want to see growing and flourishing. And I felt touched saying that. I want to take another moment of silence just to feel this moment, the precious qualities of this very moment. With you, with me, with us. So yeah, I spoke a little bit about family, regeneration. Wherever we are, right here, right now. I have a question for us. When we look at the next steps in our lives, the next days, the next weeks, the next hour, the next hours, the next minutes, the next seconds, is there anything that we would like to receive support about, like the company of someone to help us think through what we're going through, to understand better what we're going through, to have more clarity, to receive more clarity around what is it we want to do next, to really honor what is important to us. I have an example yesterday. I was going to a nonviolent communication practice group, and there was a part of me that was committed, and I was going, and I knew I was going to go anyway. But there was also a part of me that was really resisting the idea of going, and felt like it was a very good idea not to go. And so what I'm talking about here is, when I say if you think that you may need support in the next steps of your life, I'm talking about making space for those moments where it's sometimes conflicted, sometimes painfully conflicted, sometimes confusing, sometimes agonizing. And yesterday I was suffering, having those two parts of me going on, and one thing that really helped me was, and the fact that I have practice, to have places where I'm listened to by people that are available and willing to listen to me, that helps me explore and going deeper within myself and to understand better myself, and also to make room for the complexity of what sometimes is happening within me. And so I was able to acknowledge that there was a complexity going on, and so I was in touch with the part that didn't want to go, and felt like victimized by the fact that a part of me was choosing to go anyway. So there was a part of me that felt like obligated to follow the path, the dynamic, the momentum, and was humiliated, like feeling atrociously frustrated, not finding any meaning in why we're going. It seems that it was going to be, consuming in terms of time and gas with the car. So at one point, I choose one thing that I practiced that came up, which is a sentence that I learned from Marshall Rosenberg, the creator of nonviolent communication. He was making a list of things he does in his life. He was doing, he's died now, but at the time he wrote a list of things he was doing in his life that he wasn't willing to do. He was not enjoying. He was not enjoying things he was doing in his life that he was not enjoying. And make a list of things, and he used one phrase to that I'm going to tell you, and I used that yesterday. I said, I choose. So the phrase is, I choose whatever you choose because I want. ... That's the exercise, using this phrase. I choose X because I want. Blah, blah, blah. So yesterday I did that. I choose to go to this practice group because I want learning. And I'm curious what's going to happen. So I was clear. Suddenly I had meaning, and so I was able to go, and I really enjoyed the time. So once again, if you think you would benefit from having company from me, and you want to, or from someone else, I invite you to reach out to anyone you want to get more company of, to really explore what is it you might need support for the next hour, minutes, seconds, or weeks, or days. So yeah, I'm really asking the question. When I come to a place that I would like to call family, I would love to that this place to have space for what we want to celebrate, what really works in our life, but also what we want to mourn about, what we want to grieve, the things we're struggling. I want space for all of that, and I'm excited. I feel moved to tell you this. I'm thinking of my friend Dominic Barto. I invited you here. I remember sharing you something in Paris, in the street of Paris, after an event you were organizing about, checking how we want to respond to conflict. And I told you about something I had realized that kept preventing me from giving myself permission to be part of the group, to be part of the conversation. And it took me a lot of time, and you said it takes sometimes so much time it hurts. Or something like, it hurts the time it takes, or whatever. But there was an acknowledgement in the words you used of the time, the journey, how long sometimes the journey is, and that, yes, sometimes there is pain when we realize how much time it took to arrive exactly where we are, where suddenly we say yes, or we allow, or the conditions change, that it makes it possible for us to receive. It makes it easier for us to receive, to say yes, and we say yes. But in same time that there is a release, there's also sometimes a grief. Sometimes there is pain to see how much time we kind of, in some way, were deprived ourselves from receiving what we wanted to receive. So once again, when I'm talking about spaces where I want, that I would like to call family, where we can celebrate, but also grieve and ask for support and talk about what we want and ask for what we want and give ourselves permission to receive what we want, I felt a rush of pain and grief. And right now, as I'm talking, I feel more in a peaceful place than I was a few minutes ago. So the other thing I want to finish up with, I think I already told the fact that I would love to receive money if you want to, and have the capacity to give money to support me and my job and the work that I love to do. I'd love to invest in projects that will support dialogue and our ability to greet ourselves and each other, wherever we are, whatever we're going through. So I'd love to see growing the capacity to embrace more and more of the things I love doing. I'd love to see growing more and more the capacity of me and yours and ours as humanity to listen to ourselves and to each other. I'm excited, I'm thinking of Martin Luther King and his speech, "I have a dream," that made such an impact on so many millions of people, even billions, because probably billions. I have a dream that I can use my skills in a way that really makes it possible to really feel that we belong. Our uniqueness is precious. All of us, each one of us, we need each one of us to be who we are. Each one of us is precious. Each one of us without exception. And there's people we have more difficulties to engage with. And if for some reasons you think that engaging with someone else, or it may be me, and talking about where you struggle or where you would like to understand better what's at stake for you and what you may be able to do just by benefiting from, like being with friends on a Sunday afternoon, just spending time together, or friends or family. If you feel that my company would be enjoyable, you let me know, please. I'd love to spend time with you and listen to you and being listened to by you if you want to. But I already have a lot of people around me that are willing to listen to me. So I'm searching for people who would like to receive listening, and people who would love to give money. It may not be the same people, but yeah. I hope I'm clear enough. Thank you for being here. I felt like there was place for celebrating and grieving and expressing and asking for what I want and getting clear about what I want, and chilling a little bit more to allow receiving a bit more of what I want. So within the definition I have of family, for me what we have here is family. So thank you for contributing to me having a sense of being in family. I hope you have that sense too, in some way. I'm curious how you are, if there's something you would like to share. I don't promise that I will be a perfect receiver of what you want to share. If what you want to bring is something different from what I'm trying to do, or you may not, but I may not understand what you're bringing, and so I may be resisting what you may bring. I have received messages that were difficult to take in sometimes, and I'm aware that I'm a human being. I have my boundaries and my capacities, and I'm not always as able to listen as I'd like to. So it may take some time if you reach out to me before I come back to you, but I will try to at least let you know whether it is still in my capacity or not to respond. There may be a day where I would have so much requests that I might not be able to respond to everyone, and in such a case I think I will at least do a video to let people know. Don't know how to finish this video. I would like to finish it, but I don't know how yet. Gonna take a few seconds of silence just to feel, to see if there's something else I want to add or not. I think I'd like to finish again with showing you the beautiful grass. Beautiful reflections of the sun in the grass. Bye for now. Thank you.